Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2024 JAYFLIGHT 212 QB travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things taken into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, there'll be plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, no slide to worry about, but what I do want you to think about is where your power and water connection is going to be. Both are going to be above your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Power will be above the rear one, and your city water connection for campsites will be just above your front tire on your off campsite. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and get our hitch undone, next thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract or extend this until you're level. Your unit, the door is about in the middle of the unit, so open it up, throw a level up in there, and keep an eye on that when you run this up and down. Once you get a level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. One thing I want to note on your power tongue jack here, under this rubber stopper, your hand crank for your stabilizing jacks will get this up and down if you don't have power. Alright, got it level. Next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these new stabilizing jacks. They just got a couple of quick features. Unhook this, that's just a safety feature. If you crank this to the right about 2 times, we're pretty low to the ground, but if you're on higher ground, you just want to pull up on that and I'll drop that down quickly for you. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Grab a 4-pack from our store, put these down, run your stabilizing jacks down. They'll be locked in there. Then run these down just until they're taut. Once it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit, stop. Remember, we're already level, we're just stabilizing it. So get all 4 of them down. Once we've got a unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. That's a 30-foot, 15-amp cord. Plugs in the side here. Where they plug in now is about, say, 11 o'clock. And then turn it to noon, and then put your black washer on. Now at the end of that 30-amp service, should you need to plug into a 110, if you get the convenience pack, it'll have a 30 to 15-amp reducer. Make that convenient for you. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're hooking up to city water connection. First and foremost, our water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting all the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use one of these. Hook that up to your city water connection. Hook up your hose. Come down to your hot water heater before you turn that hose on. And just make sure that your pressure release valve here is pushed back so that it's not open. And that's closed. Go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a couple minutes, I want you to go inside, open up all of your water taps. Showers, sinks, bathroom sinks. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water. And then once you got water going through all the lines, just shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping and we're not going to use the city water connection. In that case, we'll fill up our potable water. Just to the right of our power is going to be our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can simply gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling it up. Once it's full, remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, so we're all set to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Continuing here on the off camp side. Got a big pass-through storage here. It's on a magnet there. Our stabilizer. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black and gray tanks. Our low point drains are here. City water connection, tank flush again. You have a hot and cold shower here. Power cable at the campsites. Fresh water underneath your fresh water will be your freshwater drain. Fluid for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of this. It does get hot. And they do make bug screens for those as well. This is our Suburban hot water heater. It's all controlled from inside. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're prepped for a backup camera. Got a spare tire with a cover. Highly recommend keeping this cover on there. It's going to keep it from dry rotting. Your awning does have a pitch control. That can run some rainwater away. However, awnings are not recommended to be left out in a rainstorm. They're pretty much made for shade. Rain or wind, recommended, bring them in. Couple of outdoor speakers, a vent for your stovetop inside. Right here is a mount for a TV. Cable of 110 to hook that TV up to. You can get a couple more of these and use the same TV to mount this in and outdoors. Other side of our pass-through storage. Coming up front, our propane is on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Some people will put it in the middle for the automatic changeover and open them both up. I recommend doing one because that way you know how much you've got left. Check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose going down the road. Well, covers everything out here. So take a look on the inside. Our steps, the biggest thing on these is bringing them up or down. Exterior door all the way open. Otherwise, this will catch on your door as it comes up and down. Feet are adjustable by pulling on these cotter pins. Immediately to your left is going to be your fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. 110 and charging ports here for USBs. Carbon monoxide and propane detector. Up on the wall is going to be our lighting for our awning and interior. On your awning, you're only going to want to run that awning out until you can see your brown bar and your flap has fallen down to 90 degrees. If I hold that out button down, that will continue to run itself out, flip up onto itself and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Make sure you only run it out as far as you need to. Continuing up top here is our control panel. Push the button to see the level of your battery, fresh, black, and gray tank. Fresh button's the one I said to hold down when filling your potable water. And then right here is where we would turn on our water pump. Continuing the unit, one-touch lighting, sink cover, cutting board, plumbing underneath here. Keep an eye on that. Self-explanatory microwave. Light and fan above your cooktop. This glass top to make an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. All you'll do is turn this to light, hit your spark, and your gas is on, that'll light that. Same thing on all three burners as well as your oven. Turn it to light, hit that spark, look in there and make sure it lit your pilot light, and then turn it to the desired temperature. Rock that light down for an oven light. Our living room, of course, our table will lift up off these bars. Set your table down on these. Flat cushions on top for another sleeping quarters. Prep for a TV here, put a backer here. Cable of 110 up there. Sound system is Bluetooth, AM, FM. See if we can pick something up out here. There we go. Indoors. Outdoors. Or neither, or both. Again, Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary. Touch it once to mute it, hold it in to shut it off. Smoke alarm up in the ceiling. Your sofa will jackknife down. When doing so, you can see underneath access to your water lines, your water pump. That is where your hose for winterizing. Furion fridge controls are inside here. Down to your breaker box and fuses. A little variety there, 15, 30, 40. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Coming down the hallway to our thermostat. You got choices of your AC, furnace, or off. On your AC, when you run that shuts off rather quickly, whereas your furnace, when you shut that off, it takes a few minutes for the fan to actually cycle through before it shuts off. In our bathroom, we have a hand crank open power exhaust vent. 110 with GFCI reset. A little more plumbing to maintain. There's your access panel to keep an eye on it. Access panel to your bathtub there. In our bedroom, another spot for a TV. There's your cable of 110. Solar controller panel. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. I'll send you a separate video from GoPower on that. And some storage underneath your bed. It about covers it in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and get ready to close the unit up. The first thing I like doing is going and shutting off all my interior lights, because then I can see all the little accent lights I need to walk through and shut off. Alright, walk through the unit, shut off all the lights. Again, when bringing these steps up, make sure your door is all the way open. See how tight that is there? Lock that in there. Before you leave the dump station, lock, deadbolt, lift and turn that handle. That's how you want that to travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. We're just going to turn that a couple to the right, enough to loosen that, get a hold of it, lift it straight up, get it moved up here, lift it straight up, have a lock back up there, lock our little button in here. Sorry, hard to do everything here one-handed. And then once we're in, go ahead and bring this the rest of the way up, just a couple cranks. So again, if we're out dry camping, boondocking, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come over to our freshwater tank, dump that, and head to the nearest dump station or home, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to hook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. That dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in front of your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and you've got a 10-foot hose in your convenience pack. Arrive, hook that up, and pull your black handle. Once that black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, hook it up here, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose, make sure all the washout you just put in there has drained, then close your black handle and pull your gray. Usually while my grays are draining, I'll go ahead and dump my low point drains right there. When my gray is done, remember your gray is going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers, and it's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. But still, it's a sewage hose, so then we're going to conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this new Jayco for many years to come. Happy camping.